All right. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Okay, so we got a few decent movers today. Watching SFIX. This one had a really big red day yesterday. Had a nice little fade off the VWAP at the open, but it doesn't look like it didn't really give me an entry with that one. I just didn't like the entry with it, but it dropped a lot to yesterday, and it's gapping up a small amount in pre-market this morning. So I'm keeping an eye on that SFIX. Also watching the cannabis stocks IGC. Had basically a break-even day yesterday, but it's gapping down. It did show a lot of support at $10, and so if it breaks underneath that and then holds that area of resistance, I might consider that one as well. Looking at NBEV, watching this one, just started to push up a little bit. It's only gapping up about 4 cents at this point, so it's about break-even. But I'm going to watch this one, keep an eye on it as well, around that 675 and 650 points. Looking at VTGN, although this one is not tradable for me. Still looking at it though, gapping up from 152 to 170. Looking at VALE, gapping up from 1562 to 1604. Look to see if we can fill some of that gap. PTIE is gapping up as well. It's not tradable for me, but it's gapping up from 96.49 to $1.24. And this is one, if it starts to run, I may look at getting into it on Robinhood, but we'll see. We'll see how that works. AMRN has been moving for the last few weeks now. And so just for that reason alone, I'm going to keep an eye on it. It dropped down some in the last 2 days. And so we'll see if it holds support over 16. If it does, maybe look at it for a long. If it breaks under 16, I might look at it for a short. But it all depends. I want to see how this one's going to move at the open. Also, NBEV, another one of the cannabis stocks. I think I might have gone over this one actually already. TLRY and CGC, CRON, all doing kind of the same thing this morning, but I'm going to watch those regardless. A big one that I'm really watching is PBR. You know, it showed a lot of support at this 1375 level, and so if it breaks underneath there, it looks interesting. I might look to short it depending on if it looks really weak or not, but yeah, that's what I'm watching for this one. There's a few other ones. Let me pull these up on my watch list. There's a few other ones that I can't trade. VT specifically, kind of a bummer. That one had a really big run yesterday, up from about 80 cents all the way to 290 where it's sitting now. It's a really crazy move for VT. There's also NVCN. Can't trade this one either, but it's gapping up from 225 to 286. Looks good. BLPH, gapping up on low volume. Don't like it much. ELGX gapped up to 265 but ended up fading back down to 205. BILI looks good. I'm definitely going to watch this one just because it's gapping up from 1331 to 1516, maybe a little extended. Going to look at this one for a possible short. And so yeah, that's basically what I'm looking at this morning. There's a few other ones. If you see anything that I didn't mention, let me know. Hey, appreciate it. Appreciate it, trading. Appreciate that, brother. Let me catch back up on the chat. Good morning, John O. Spot News, good morning. Netron, good morning. Seven, good morning, brother. Ismael, what's up, man? Good morning, bro. Callum, good morning. Trading Monkey, good morning. John, good morning. John Gillard, good morning. John O, good morning. Travo, good morning. Huguetes, I was on the list this morning. Huguetes, I posted it early this morning, brother. So John O, I want to ask this question now. More folks here. Is anyone purchasing any cannabis stocks going long for the legalization to open in Canada? So I was really like, whenever TLRY, this was my basic thesis for TLRY, is maybe buy like a call option and just try to hold it to minimize risk, but also try to take advantage of some possible hype. But I mentioned it when it was down here at at 108, and you know, or actually it was before that. Let me look to see when exactly this was. I know it was right before it made that huge move to it was right before it made that huge move to 300, and I was kind of kicking myself for not taking it. Yeah, it was actually, I said that right here when it was at $1.30, and then the next day it ran all the way to 250 and then 300. So it would have been a great call option at this point, at least for TLRY. I don't know about this one at this point. You know, it does have a large range all the way up to 300, and so that looks interesting. But I probably wouldn't actually, if I traded this one, I probably wouldn't actually buy the stock. I would probably just buy a call option is what I would probably do, and that's just my, you know, thesis. I'm not an investment professional, not liable for losses anybody takes or anything like that. That's just kind of what I was thinking with some of these cannabis stocks, just to kind of protect my risk, and I think a call option would be preferable over actually buying the stock. Just because the range is huge, you don't know what this thing's going to do. I know legalization happens at, what is it, the 18th? In Canada for these cannabis stocks, and so we'll see what happens with them. I like the cheaper ones a little bit more, like NBEV and IGC, but looking at these, I think they may be a little extended as well, so we'll see. Yeah, look, VTVT looks good. Unfortunately, it's not tradable for me though. Yeah, I'm more of a short bias trader trading. Yeah, I'm looking at BILI for sure, T Walker, for sure, man. That's one I really like. Huge move. I just noticed this one though right before I started the stream. Yeah, I'm sure there's probably news on VTVT, but I'll look the news up in a second. Good morning, Matthew. Blueprint. Yeah, no worries, Blueprint. No worries, brother. Darren, FLKS. Let's look at it. I don't mind this one. It has to hold support over 55 and even 50 is what I would look at. You know, I really don't like shorting stocks this cheap. And so really when I see stocks like this, I'm just looking for it to hold over the big support levels, which is 55 and 50 from what I see on FLKS. We'll watch it. I may trade it on Robinhood if it looks good. Good morning, Live Gains. What's up, bro? CENX, your options. Ooh, tough. I'm assuming you had a call option on this one, but yeah, gap down. Good morning, Web Surfer. What's up, guys? Lex Jones, good morning. Yeah, VTVT looks good. I can't trade it, unfortunately, but it looks good. Let me check one more time to make sure VTVT, yeah, it's still not tradable, unfortunately. But they've been doing a pretty good job of adding stocks that aren't listed on there yet. Like, they recently added IGC, NBEV, and a few other ones, so it was good to see that. It's sketch. Yeah, I'm inherently short biased. I'm more of a short. I'm a skeptical trader. I think I'm naturally skeptical of stocks in general, so. Tesla closing the gap. Yeah, didn't Tesla run up some? I didn't follow it too much. Yeah, look at that gap, man. Big gap from 260 to 300. So interesting there, interesting. I don't know if it's not, I don't know. I mean, it filled the gap, really, it filled the gap going down. Like, you can see it gapped down and it filled it on the way up. And so it kind of gapped down and then gapped up a day later, which was kind of weird. I don't know if it's going to fill it back down. We'll see. It's possible. What's up, Bro Mac? What's up, brother? I don't think OGEN is tradable AA. We'll see, though. Yeah, it's not tradable. It's not even listed. Web server, I really don't like telling people whether it's going to be a good buy, but just because, I mean, it's the stock market, brother. You never really know. You know what I mean? You never really know if the stock's going to run up. You don't know if the stock's going to go down, and that's kind of something that I think I've realized in trading is that you really never know. And naturally, I'm hesitant to tell people whether to buy or sell or anything like that. I like to try to react to what the market does, not so much predict it, if that makes sense. Just because, like I said, you never really know what it's going to do. You can have your theses, but I like to just try to react, to what it does. If it looks good, I might take it, but if not, I can just ignore it. VTVT. Yeah, we'll go over the news on some of these in a second. But yeah, like I said, PBR. But I mean, VTVT, it's a strong move up, you know, and it's very channely. You know, you can see there's like a little channel here, which is kind of strange for it to last this long. But like, look, I can draw the channel here, and it really kind of followed this channel. I can't trade it. I got to remove here. I'm just going to remove all the drawings because that's just too there's too many there. All right, there we go. So yeah, but you can see the little channel forming here on VTVT, and it's been doing this, you know, all day. And so you can see this little channel. If I can't trade it, it's not tradable in TEFs, unfortunately. But if I was going to trade it, I would look for it to break some of these channels. You know, wait for it to break past some of these channels. Specifically this too. But really, I'd look for it to break on the way down under 250 is what I would probably look for. Just because I'm more of a short trader. I'm naturally short biased. But yeah, that's kind of what I see with VTVT. At this point, like I said, I'm looking at PBR. You know, I've kind of tweaked the VWAP fade setup a little bit more. Mitch is at work today, Paulius, and so Mitch is only on the stream Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays. Thursdays and Wednesdays he has work, and so he doesn't do anything on Thursdays and Wednesdays just because he's working. He's texting me right now, but yeah, he's at work right now, brother, so he's not gonna be doing anything, I don't think. Abby, so I mean, I don't think you have to use the demo at all. I know I never used the demo when I signed up through TEFs. I just, once my account manager contacted me, I just told him that I was ready for the actual account, and he sent it to me within a day or two. Yeah, for sure, they give it to you pretty quick. What, last weekend's fights on Bellator? Yeah, I watched them. Rampage knocked out Vanderlei. Really good fights. I was happy with it. And then Rory got knocked out by Mousasi. Mousasi, you know, beat Rory up. It was rough, man. I felt kind of bad for Rory, but I like Mousasi better than Rory in general. And I wanted Rampage to win as well, so I was happy to see that. I'm really pumped for this weekend's fights. I'm ready to see Conor versus Khabib. That looks really interesting. I think Khabib's going to eat his lunch, though. I think Khabib's going to take it for sure, but who knows, man. Conor's got that power. Yeah, Mitch will check in from the bathroom soon. Maybe, bro, maybe. All right. So yeah, looking at PBR starting to push up. Watching IGC, NBEV, and a few other ones. Not a bad. The market's definitely having some better volume than it has in the last few weeks. And so I'm really excited about that. There's been a lot of movers and gappers in the market. And so that's something I'm really excited about is, you know, the volume is kind of back in the market. So it was time, you know, it was starting to get a little slow in the last few weeks. And so good to see the market volume back. October, winter is coming. And so with that, the market should start to heat up a little bit, I think. Yeah, I can't believe the UFC didn't match Mousasi, man. It was, you know, Mousasi's a super talented fighter, brother. He's a good fighter, man. I'm surprised. The UFC has been doing that with a lot of people. That's shocking. Like Rory, I never really liked Rory, but I thought he was a good fighter. I was surprised they let him go. And they've been, you know, a lot of fighters have been moving over to Bellator. You know what I mean? And so I think it's just, you know, I think they're just sticking to their, you know. Yeah, I'm ready to see Whitaker fight. I love Robert Whitaker. I think really good fighter. His fight with Yoel was pretty good as well. Hey, appreciate the sub, Mike. Appreciate the sub, Mingo. Welcome, brothers. Welcome. But yeah, PBR starting to break out a little bit. So I'm definitely watching this one. You know, I'm short biased if it breaks under 1375, but we'll see. That's a big if at this point, I think. Also looking at VALE starting to run up some. Smaller range, but it looks interesting too. And like I said yesterday, if anybody's interested in learning, the strategies that Mitch and I use on a daily basis, go check out our website. It's beginnertrading.net. We debuted it yesterday. And so, if you're interested in learning the setups and strategies, we do have a free section on there that goes over our strategies, and I'll include the link there. So go check out our site if you have time. Mitch and I kind of put our all into the site, and, we had some really good feedback from it yesterday. And so, of course, we had some people that were mad that were offering packages, but at the same time, I mean, you have to really think about it. The YouTube stream's always going to stay free. We're never going to charge anybody for it. A lot of people charge people for chat rooms, and we just try to give people that for free on this stream. And so nothing's really changing. It's just that if anybody's interested in actually going a little bit more in depth with their studying, they can sign up for our $40 package, which includes 20 it includes 20 classes a month, which we think is huge value, and a lot of other stuff that comes with it. And so we're going to be gifting one away today. And so, stick around. Basically what I'll probably do is tell people to enter a number in the chat. First person to enter the number gets a free sign up. Gets a free month membership to it. But yeah, this weekend I'm gonna work on the strategy section a little bit more and add some more content to it. I think the long section probably needs a little bit more content, and so I'm gonna do my best to work on that a little bit. Maybe make some new videos to put in there and upload to YouTube and stuff like that. So I'm also gonna try to add Webull, Robinhood, and one more broker to the broker review section to build that up a little bit more too. So I'll start working on that. Look at IGC starting to tank here. And like I said, this was the big level I was watching for it underneath 10. I had a lot of support there. If it breaks underneath that, I mean, it might have some room, at least down to 887, maybe down to 850 here. And so it's starting to tank pretty hard here, as well as NBEV starting to wash some. But yeah, down to 985. Look at IGC tank here. Let's go over the news for some of these. I'm curious to see what's going on. First one, since the chat is talking about it a lot, first one I'm looking up is VTVT. Gapping up from $2 to $2.69, but it really went up from 80 cents yesterday. And so it looks interesting. All right, so VTVT is up yesterday. They exercised their right to cause investors to buy 1.9 million shares at $1.33 per share under the term of this 2018 letter agreement. And that's ultimately why it's moving up. It doesn't really explain it much more than that. Let me see if there's a little bit better explanation. Yeah, I don't see much. If anybody really knows what that means, let me know, because I don't really understand that. But let me know. Hey, what's up, John? What's up, James and Mike? What's up, brothers? Good morning. Hey, appreciate it, John. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, so VTVT, interesting news, exercising their right to sell a certain amount of shares to their investors. So interesting here. Gonna look up IGC, see if it has a reason for dropping like this. IGC, which is the top chart. I think it's just down after having a huge run is basically what I see for IGC. Yeah, they have the Cannabis CBD infused drink. Okay. That makes sense. And so, yeah, IGC just coming down after the big momentum it had in the last few weeks. We'll see where it goes today. Another one I'm looking up that really looked decent that I can't trade is PTIE. You can see this one's gapping up from 96 cents to $1.23, so it's bound to have something out on it right now. We'll look up PTIE. So basically, PTIE announced investor call to provide strategic update. Yeah, it announced that it will host a live conference call with a strategy update regarding its business and pipeline. The call is going to be tomorrow on October 4th at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 9 a.m. Central Time. So that's making PTIE run up some. I'm sure a few people are getting in early in anticipation of this move. So we'll see what happens there for PTIE. Another one I'm looking at is NVCN. NVCN gapping up from 225 to 287. Looks okay. We'll look this one up as well. Positive data from first U.S. patient to use the device. So yeah, apparently, yeah, the company announced positive data from its first U.S. patient. The company basically implants the device to treat refractory angina, which is some type of medical condition apparently. They're based in Vancouver, but yeah, they said they had positive data from their first U.S. patient on NVCN, and that's ultimately why it's gapping up. So that's a legitimate catalyst. We'll see where it goes. VALE is the next one, and I was watching this one yesterday, and it had a nice gap up and move, and then it's gapping up again today. So let's see why it's moving for VALE, and this one is tradable, so it's going to be one I'm watching. All right, so apparently they reached a final deal with their prosecutors over the Brazil disaster, and that is why VALE is up. They reached a deal with the prosecutors, and so that's making a gap up from 1562 to 1619. So it looks interesting. We'll see where this one goes. It's been spiking up some in pre. Another one I'm looking up is PBR. This is another one I mentioned I'm keeping an eye on, gapping up from 1316 to 1442. All right, so they had a news release that came out that said Baker Hughes is going to bid for their production sharing contract, and that's ultimately why it's gapping up. Is that Baker Hughes is going to bid for their production sharing contract, and so it's not set in stone, but that's the speculation at this point, is that Baker Hughes is going to bid on it. Interesting here. We'll see where it goes. TRVN is another one. I mean, this one eventually gapped up to 325, but came right back down to 287 and 290. Yeah, I'm not even showing this one being listed. Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah. All right, so apparently a new CEO took over at TRVN, and this came out on October 1st, which was 2 days ago. See if we can find any other reason for this move on TRVN. And I don't really see anything, so it must be a new CEO taking over. It's just causing the momentum to run. Let's look at what else is on my scanners here. And shout out to Trade Ideas. Trade Ideas was nice enough to let me stream their scans. And so if anybody's interested in signing up to Trade Ideas, I'll go ahead and post that link here. Really awesome scanner that they allow you to check out, and I really do appreciate this scanner. Really nice scanner. It's really customizable, and that's my favorite thing about it, is that I can make my own scans. You can see I have a few on the side for massive volume and low float. I have another one for penny stocks breaking out, pre-market movers, got high of the day breaks, and so it's a really customizable scanner, and it's something I've been using a lot lately. And I've been using Trade Ideas for about a year now, off and on, and I keep coming back to it. And so it's something that I think traders can find value in, and I'll post the link to Trade Ideas if anybody's interested in signing up. Might have to go get some coffee, some more coffee in a second. But yeah, here's the link if anybody wants to sign up through Trade Ideas. Really awesome free software. Trade Ideas is not the people. Yeah, Trade Ideas is not, unfortunately. The PBR info. Sure. Give me 1 second. Yeah, so Baker Hughes is going to bid for PBR's production sharing contract. At least that's the speculation. And so that's ultimately what's going on with it. It was a good day for Brazilian stocks overall yesterday as well. But they also say that PBR may be up because there's high demand for drilling projects in South America. And so that could be a possible reason why it's gapping up as well. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, 100%, man. I love trade ideas. It's super customizable. Like, you can go create your own scans judging by, you know, what you're looking for in the market. So regardless of what your niche is, you know, you can kind of create your own scans. And that's the cool thing about trade ideas. That's what I really appreciate about it, is that regardless of what your niche is, really they may already have a pre-selected scan for you. But you know, you can create your own scans regardless of whether you're looking for a high if the day breaks, low if the day breaks, or anything like that. And so I think that is a really cool aspect of them. IGC bounced a little bit at $10, kind of reinforcing that support level here. We'll see where it goes. What's up, Cool? Good morning, brother. Welcome, Kwame from Asia. Good morning. Welcome. It's probably afternoon over there. Hey, appreciate it, James. Glad you like the site, brother. Jose, I'm using the intro package. All right. So, not a bad day. Gonna look at some down gappers now, really, though. OGEN is probably the biggest one making down moves in the market. Look at this drop from 357 to 221. So a big down day for OGEN. DTEA gapping down a huge amount as well from 450 to 311. IGC. Oh, I forgot to look up BILI. That is one I want to look up. BILI making some big moves in pre this morning from 1331 to 1512. So I want to look at that. I want to look that one up. I think that's going to be a big watch for me today as well for BILI. So BILI and Tencent are going to announce an equity investment. So Tencent is making an equity investment in BILI, and that's ultimately why it's gapping up. And so that's a real catalyst. We'll see where this one goes today as well. Good morning, Felix. Yeah, Abby, I'm going to share my scanner. I'm waiting for the bell to happen. I'm still looking in pre-market. So once the bell rings, or probably a minute or two before the bell, that's when I'm going to pull up my intraday scanner. But EBR is starting to run up here. This is another one that recently started to push here, gapping up from 420 to 484. Good morning, Nick. What's up, man? It's not tradable for me, unfortunately, but it's starting to make moves. EBR. But yeah, two biggest watches today are probably BILI and PBR. We'll see where IGC goes and some of these other cannabis stocks go. But these are probably the two biggest gappers that I like right now, BILI and PBR. Yeah, I'm watching what's up, Outsiders? What's up, brother? Yeah, I'm watching AMRN as well. It's only gapping up 4 cents at this point, but it's had a crazy few days, or few weeks, I should say. Whoa, that's loud. Appreciate the sub. Asif, welcome, brother. Appreciate it, man. Nick, I don't really want to say whether you should or shouldn't. Just because, you know, I'm not an investment professional. I don't give investment advice for profit. And just for liability reasons, I don't like telling people whether they should or shouldn't buy a stock. You know what I mean? I'm just letting people watch me trade if they want to see what it's really like. So that's the only thing, man. Yeah, that's a possibility, Darren. I could see that happening, bro. I mean, it rebounded some on AMRN. I just don't want to get caught in that if it does, you know, go crazy. ITUB. ITUB running up some as well. Gapping up from 1148 to 1266. And ITUB is tradable, so this will be another one I'm watching today, along with VALE and a few of these other ones. But yeah, the volume's definitely back in the market. I'm really excited to see that. Oh. And this is the great thing about this scanner, is that I can catch moves like ITUB really early. GOL. Yeah, GOL gapping up some as well. Popping up on the scanners too from 587 to 680. Looks interesting. BBD. BBD running up some too. So yeah, I'm really loving this volume in the market right now. Honestly, the volume's something that I'm really liking right now in this market. A lot of movement today, so really good to see that. Finally, the volume's back. Also, guys, like I said, we just debuted our website yesterday. One of the most common questions we get is about the strategies and patterns that we use. And so on the website, we did build a free strategy section that allows you to kind of look to see what kind of patterns and setups we look for. And it kind of breaks them down in an easy to understand way, shows you the keys to it, gives you charts and graphs to kind of explain the trade, gives you steps to follow, analyzing points, trade execution, and a lot of other really useful info for traders to take advantage of. We really worked hard on this site. The short section definitely has more content at this point, but we're constantly going to be adding. And so, go check it out if you have time. And, we really appreciate all the support and stuff that we've gotten from it. I got to remove something. I see something wrong with the site, actually, so I should work on that really quick right now and take that down. I don't know why those menu buttons are popping up. It's still a work in progress. But yeah, if anybody's interested in checking it out, I'll post a link in a second. We also are offering educational packages if anybody's interested. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me mess with this menu right here. I don't know why these buttons are popping up. There we go. That's better. But yeah, we have a strategy section. We're also getting asked about the different brokers that we use, and so we did include a broker review section as well. I'm going to add some more to this weekend, but yeah, go check out the site. But yeah, we're also offering educational packages, and Mitch and I's goal with this, Mitch has been on a huge hot streak lately. He's had like 14 profitable days and 2 losing days in the last few weeks, and so all documented and streamed live. But our goal with this is just to add value to traders, and so we're giving people 20 group sessions, which are going to be around an hour long for $40 a month. So 20 group sessions a month for 40 bucks. We thought that was ridiculous value, extremely cheap. For those that are a little bit more serious, we're offering a pro weekly package. And I mean, some people are complaining about it being weekly, but what you really got to understand is that this is going to be 3 hour-long private one-on-one sessions. You know what I mean? Plus, it's also going to give you our phone number and Skype, so you can contact us for help anytime. And, we'll be able to answer and help you at any time if you need help with your trading or if you want to work on anything specific. Plus, a lot of other really useful stuff. We're going to be giving away one of our basic packages for free today if anybody's interested. And so, stay. Like I said earlier, what we'll probably do is we will probably give it away. Tell somebody to enter a certain number, and the first person to enter the number wins the package. And so all you'll have to do is supply us with your email so we can email you the login and everything like that. But yeah, if you want to check out the site, there's the link right there. You can go check it out. But yeah, look at VALE dropping already. Big drop on VALE. Interesting here. Dropped all the way back down, filled the gap already in pre-market. And so yeah, I would have preferred to wait for VALE to do this at the open or after the bell, but it did it before, so I'm a little bit more hesitant with this one. Maybe if it bounces back to the VWAP at the open, it looks interesting, but I'm going to wait on that one. Just I would have preferred it to make that move after the bell. So since it did it before, it's not my favorite right now at this point. But yeah, main watches are PBR and BILI. But yeah, a lot of movement today in the market. Really excited for it. Oh, MNGA. I know a few people were mentioning that one today as well. Yeah, MNGA, you know, pushing up some. I'm going to have to watch this one on Robinhood. Yeah, the cool thing though is that I was able to make back, you know, if anybody saw my Robinhood account, I deposited $175 into this account last week, but I bought two options. I bought two puts. So I had it down to like 150 or 160, and I made a decent amount of that back and actually got myself in the net profit area from CRMD. I swing traded CRMD and was able to make, you know, 30-40 cents a share off of a 75-cent stock, and so I was really happy with that trade and got myself in the green. We'll see what my TRVG put's going to do, but at this point I'm still going to be profitable regardless because of that CRMD trade. Looking for, I think my put option expires on the 21st, and it expires, my strike price is going to be down at $4.50 or $4, so we'll see if I gets there. If not, I'm still up in the account, so I'm happy with that regardless. Appreciate the sub, Philip. Welcome, brother. Appreciate it, man. Thoughts on AMD? AMD's a little bit larger float than I really like to trade. I just don't have, my success hasn't been that good with these higher float stocks. And so, I mean, it looks interesting here. It's starting to push up, but it's just not my style in trading. But it looks interesting. It's usually typically moving. It faded off the VWAP nicely yesterday, so maybe I should start looking at this one, but we'll see what it does. I'll watch it. On MNGA, give me a second. I'll try to look it up really quick. I'm also going to pull up my intraday scanners now. Alright, so there we go. Got my intraday scanners up. But yeah, bell rings in 1 minute, guys. 1 minute. A little bit less than a minute, really. Let me try to look up MNGA real quick before the bell, but then I got to get focused and kind of wait. They implemented corporate rebranding, but that's the only news I see out for MNGA right now. I don't see anything recent in the last day, I mean, so we'll see what happens with it. All right, bell's ringing in 20 seconds, guys, so good luck in the markets. Let's try to make some money today. Yeah, it's probably because my new computer, Eric and Pinball. You know, I got a new computer. It's a i7, but there's the bell. All right, guys, let's look to get some good trades in today. Good luck. All right, first thing I'm seeing is IGC breaking under that $10 level. Looking at PBR, ITUB. It's an i7 processor on my new computer. Cool. My old one was an i3, and my internet, I updated my internet as well to a 1,000 megabyte per second internet, and so my internet's substantially better than it was as well. That probably has to do with, that's probably why the lag is much better. All right, BILI dropping, and this is really what I want to see with this setup. Gonna look for the VWAP fade on BILI. There's the spike up on BILI. It's a little bit too quick and it broke over the VWAP, so I'm not going to jump in that one right now. It could fade back down, but it's a little bit too much above the VWAP, which would be my risk level. So at this point, looking at PBR. Yeah, there goes BILI for a washout long. Breaking out BILI, breaking over the high of the day, running up to 1545. Looks interesting. It's an Inspiron. Seeing a lot of longs today, really, though. IGC starting to push up as well. Just got to be careful. I've seen a lot of stuff run up today, so got to be careful. PBR looks interesting. I really want to see a bigger drop, though, at this point. I don't like where this green candle opened, but it does look okay. So I'll consider it. IGC kind of fading off the VWAP a little bit there. But ultimately, I want to wait a little bit longer to get into stuff. I want to see a little bit bigger drop. SFIX is washing some. SFIX. And the range on this one is just huge, though. Yeah, that's Tef's TradeNet, Brian, is what I'm using on the left. It's what I use to execute my trades. I use Thinkorswim for charting, and then Tef's and TradeNet to execute my trades on the left. I like Thinkorswim for charts. It's just what I'm comfortable with, and so I try to stick with it regardless of what broker I'm using. All right, so we do have PBR here pulling up to the VWAP area. The pullback wasn't big enough, I think, and I think the chances of it getting squeezed up here are too high. But it's a solid risk level at this point. You know, if you get in here, your risk is only really at 1430s. But I think it's still a little bit too risky because if it does break that, it's probably going to break the high of the day. And so for that reason, it makes me not trust it as much. NBEV washing out pretty big here underneath the VWAP. Keeping an eye on it. ITUB looks okay. It's Tef's TradeNet. Brian, here, I can post their link if you're interested. If you go through my link, I do make a small commission, but if you're interested in signing up, you can reach out to them here. And it's a good way to help support the channel, so there's the link if you're interested, Brian. Yeah, I'm going to be frustrated, I think, if PBR fades off the VWAP here, just because I called it out, and, you know, this is when I was watching in pre, but I think I got to wait a little bit longer after the open. I don't want to rush into it too soon. Nice Insurance. What's up, brother? Oh, appreciate the subscribe, Dr. Sparky and Howard. Welcome. Appreciate it. Man, look at SFIX just tank here. A little frustrated in myself for not taking this PBR short, but we'll see. It still hasn't really done it yet. We'll still give it some time. Watching SFIX here. Welcome, Charles. Appreciate the sub, brother. Alright, so a few I'm watching. I'm watching IGC maybe for a fade if it gets up to 950. Big if though. Watching SFIX for a pullback here to the 1920s. Watching IGC for a pullback to 950. NBEV, I don't know if I really like it. Keeping an eye on it though. Good job, Outsiders. Nice work, brother. Nice work, man. Good trade. But man, look at SFIX just continue to tank here. All right, we got PTIE starting to run up some here, PTIE. And we got NBEV maybe fading off the VWAP here. We'll see. IGC looks interesting, but at the same time, you know, the range is so huge. I don't know what size to take with it just because the range is so big on it. Which could be a blessing or a curse, we'll see. More so waiting for SFIX to pull back to the VWAP some here. And PBR continues to test this high right here. This high is at 1425. We'll see where it goes. All right, there goes IGC. IGC is pulling back to the VWAP here. And it looks interesting. Maybe a little too late. Yep. Kind of missed it. Mitch is at work right now, Pinball. IGC fading off the VWAP a little bit there. Oh, just trying to wait for my setups. ITUB fading. Yeah, I'm looking for an IGC to reject here. That's kind of what I thought. I don't know why I just couldn't pull it down, but called that one out. Looked good. I got to take advantage of those moves. I guess really deep down, I'm kind of waiting for SFIX to pull back to the VWAP some here after this big drop. It's got a long way to go, up to 2890s, but that's kind of what I'm looking at. But yeah, called IGC out perfectly. I spotted the pattern. I think the range is what scared me with it. It's just a big range. And so because of that, the sizing, you know, I got to think about it a little bit more with regard to sizing. Yeah, OGEN, I don't think I can trade it, unfortunately. Kind of looking at NBEV as well. All right, here goes SFIX. Ugh, just didn't give me an entry. This would have been a nice fade, but it just didn't give me an entry, really. Might be being a little bit too picky today, I think, honestly. Yeah, OGEN looks good as well for that fade down. I forgot about BILI. Let me look at it. Of course, I miss it. It happens. I was watching it, took my eye off of it for a second. But yeah, SFIX was the main one I'm watching today. And it happened too quickly. You could see a quick fade here. It didn't quite get as high as I would have liked it to, though. But that's kind of what I missed at this point. And NBEV's doing what I thought it might and what I said I was looking for. What's up, Tiny? Good morning. But PTIE running up nicely. NBEV faded off the VWAP. See, there's so many fades today. I might be being a little bit too picky, honestly. Good morning. But yeah, I might be being a little bit too picky. You can see there's a fade here on IGC. I'd rather be too picky than too loose, though, I guess. You can see there's a rejection here on IGC on NBEV. You can see there was a quick fade on SFIX. Really quick fade, though, here. You could see, what else? I've seen a bunch. OGEN faded slightly at this point, still slightly here. And so there's a few opportunities. I just didn't take advantage of them today. I'll be right back, guys. I'll be right back. Hey, appreciate it, trading. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. What did I miss? Okay. NBEV faded perfectly there. IGC was the play to make, though. That one, almost a perfect fade. What's up, James? Monday was break even. Yesterday was a green day. And so far this week, I have one break-even day, one green day, and haven't jumped in anything yet today. I think I'm being a little bit too picky today. But IGC was a perfect fade. Kind of bummed out I missed it. Called it out in the chat. At least I think somebody took advantage of it. But yeah, NBEV faded really nicely as well. Today was definitely a good day for fades. Look at NBEV here. Beautiful rejection. IGC, beautiful fade off of 950. And the big thing with this, guys, is that, you know, the more setups and the more different patterns that are going on at the same time, the more reliable that trade's ultimately going to be. So, like, not only is IGC a VWAP fade, so it's fading off the VWAP, but it's also getting rejected at the $0.50 of 950 and at the previous support level from the first 3 minutes at the open. And so it's getting rejected off of all of these, and it kind of just combines to give it the most momentum on the way down. And it only makes sense because the more traders that are looking for a specific setup or pattern, the more momentum that setup and pattern is going to have. And so some traders are looking for the $0.50 rejection on IGC. Some were looking for the VWAP fade like I was. Some were looking for this previous support to turn into resistance at 950. And so when all of those traders can kind of see their pattern fulfilling on the same stock, it gives it twice the, you know, it gives it way more momentum to head back down, if that makes sense. Nice, Netron. Nice, brother. Nice, man. BILI. Yeah, I didn't quite get to my level, but maybe, like I said, I think I'm being a little too picky today. All right, looking at SFIX here. See if you can give me a better pullback to the 2850s. I think I'm just being a little bit too picky. I think Wednesdays are kind of like my kryptonite. Wednesdays never, you know, I don't really do well on Wednesdays, and I understand that about myself, and so maybe that's the reason I'm being too picky today. Who knows? AMRN looks like a nice VWAP bounce there, but look at NBEV tank. Yeah, me too, outsiders. I'm kind of, yeah, good job, Netron. Nice work, brother. If I do jump in SFIX, it's going to be with like 50 shares, something small. Yeah, really, I'm seeing a lot of them today, Young. I'm seeing a lot of them. Like, there's a lot of setups that I see today, a lot of fades. Unfortunately, I just didn't take advantage of any of the ones that had the most momentum, which were IGC, SFIX, NBEV, OGEN. You know, there's a lot of fades today, honestly. It's hard to keep track of them all. All right, trading. Have a good day, brother. Looking at ITUB now. ITUB. See if it pulls back and starts to fade. Pulls back to 1240. I'll take it. Risking off of really 1250 would probably be reasonable. Gonna have to take a little bit bigger sizing with this one. I'm still watching SFIX here. Looking to get in around 50 with a risk of 70 on SFIX. Oh yeah, insurance, brother. I wanted to talk to you about the package, man. So email me at beginnertrading@gmail.com insurance, and I'll talk to you about it, brother. I know you asked me about it yesterday, so email me, bro. I got to tell you something. So email me. CRON. Yeah, I really wasn't watching CRON today. But yeah, CRON really doesn't look bad if it pulls back to the VWAP, though. Risk would be at about 1060. I don't mind that. I don't mind that. It has to get up there, though. And it looks like ITUB's fading a little bit too early. It's beginnertrading@gmail.com insurance. IGC's back up to the VWAP at 940. I don't like it that much now, so I probably won't trade it. But it faded nicely. About 70 cents there. Yeah, you can see IGC went back to the VWAP. It may fade again here. The only problem is that it didn't actually put in a lower low. It just bounced off the VWAP once. It bounced off the low of the day. So for that reason, I don't like it as much. I would have preferred it to, there goes SFIX. I tried to get in. All right, I'm in with 50 shares on SFIX. Looking for it to fade back down here. We'll see if it gives it to me. Got to be careful though. It's down so much already. Just got to give myself a pretty tight leash with this one if it starts to squeeze up. There's 50. Like I said, got to give myself a pretty tight leash here. It's 39. Let's see if we could fade it a little bit more here. 32s. The good news is that it gives me a pretty obvious risk level now of around 55. Up to 44. All right, so it's down to 41. Like I said, the good news is that it gives me a very defined risk level. Looks like a little bit of a triple top maybe. Maybe break the $50 here. Got to watch it close. Keeps getting rejected there. I want to see that. If it breaks it, I'm going to get out. 50. Yeah, I'm out. No, I'm not out. Why does this keep happening, man? I gotta pay more attention to my orders, I think. We'll see if it fades back down. I'll give it a little bit of time. See if it bounces off the $50 or not is really what I'm looking at. There we go. I like that drop. Let's see if it holds now. Is the big thing. Kind of a kill candle there, down to 37. May bounce a little bit here. I have to be ready for it. The good news is that I have a pretty defined risk now at 60. And I can kind of let it work, try to let it crack some of these lows, get under that 28.25 point is what I'm looking at now for this one. See if it continues. There's 21, looking good. Let's get a bigger drop here. Looking good. Went down to 18s for a split second. 17s. May bounce a little bit here, that's fine. Back up to 830. Can give myself a break-even trade at this point. Back down to 25. Let's see if it breaks underneath that. Might have to get myself some more coffee in a second. Went down to 21. It's down to 22s. Trying to stay patient in it. Ultimately looking for a bigger drop, looking for it to bear flag here, obviously. Back down to 23. 22s, not looking bad. 21s. Let's see if we can crack under the 20s again, break that low, which was previously at 18 or 17. There we go. See if it gives me a bigger drop here, which is ultimately what I'm looking for. 12s, looks good. 11s. All right, I got out for an $11 gain there. Maybe got out a little bit too early, but I'll take it. Probably should have used bigger sizing, but the way the last few weeks have been, I don't mind getting out for a small gain there. And now I could see it continuing to drop under 28, but I got out for a small gain. Should have used bigger sizing, though. That's the biggest thing the biggest hurdle I need to get over with this one. Still bummed out I didn't take IGC. I think, you know, if you're wondering why I'm using such small sizing today, only 50 shares, it's because Wednesdays are kind of like my kryptonite. I never really do well on Wednesdays. And so I got to just, yeah, for sure, cool. But, I mean, I got out right around the low of this, and so I'll take it. I think at this point, the way the last week has been, I'm just trying to have a green day, especially since it's Wednesday, and Wednesdays historically have been, like I said, my kryptonite. But yeah, the market's definitely back. Cool for sure, 100%, man. I'm liking the market, how it's been. Kind of kicking myself though. Really, IGC was the move I wanted to get into. I called this one out almost on the nose right here on IGC at 950, and it rejected beautifully off of it. I just didn't take advantage of it. I think Wednesdays I'm a little bit more hesitant, and I think it's important for traders to understand to understand themselves, understand what days they do better in and what days they do poorly in. Like if you look back when I had this green streak, like if you look at my chart, if you look back to when I had this green streak, let me pull it up. Every pullback on this chart was from a Wednesday. You know, almost every single one. So like, aside from the last week, which I haven't been trading that well in the last week, the 2 months prior to that, I was averaging one losing day a week. And that one losing day was always on a Wednesday. So Wednesdays I was just never doing well on Wednesdays. Wednesdays were always really frustrating for me, and that's usually when I would have my losing day. And so if you see me trading a little bit more picky and a little bit more apprehensive, it's because today's Wednesdays, and you know, to be honest, I hate Wednesdays. You know what I mean? And so I just got to know myself, understand myself, and you know, one thing I am starting to notice about this VWAP fade, though, one thing I'm really starting to understand about it is that, you know, for it to really work well, the stock has to have a big drop. It has to drop substantially, because if not, the momentum's going to be on the upside. But when you see a massive drop like SFIX here, and then a pullback to the VWAP, you know, even if it doesn't go any lower than this is still plenty to make profits. But once it gets up there, it has more momentum to head back down. To where if it happens, you know, right underneath the VWAP and there's not a big down move, it's not going to have as much momentum to head back down. And that's something I'm starting to realize about this more and more. And when I thought about it the other day, it made perfect sense. You know what I mean? Like the stock has to have a big drop at first, because by the point, if it has a huge drop and works its way all the way back up to the VWAP, once it gets there, it's going to be more overextended at this point. Like once it gets up here, it's going to be more extended to head back down. And so unless it builds some support like it's doing here, it could possibly run up here. But the important part to understand, at least in my opinion, is that, right, 100% insurance. That's what I'm doing. I've always said that. Like if I'm not doing well in trading, I take smaller sizing. Just because if I'm not doing well, I need to preserve my account. Like that's the ultimate goal. And so that's kind of what I've been working on, is just, you know, if I'm not doing well, I lower sizing. You know, I think a lot of traders, and I see a lot of traders doing this, a lot of traders, when they have a few losing trades, they take bigger sizing trying to win back those losses. And I don't think that's the best kind of mentality to have. I think if you're having some losing trades, scale down a little bit, at least in my opinion. I think that's going to protect your account more, and that's more important, you know. But I'm happy with my little green trade. I'll take it. I appreciate the subs. Man, we got a few here. Opus, Ryder, Alt. Appreciate the subs, guys. Welcome. But yeah, I'll take it. I mean, it's a green trade, you know. Like I said. Oh, man. You know, I just realized the other one I was watching was ITUB today. The other one I was watching was ITUB. I was really torn on whether to get in SFIX or ITUB. And look at ITUB. It faded way better than SFIX. Look at this fade. And again, like I said, guys, the key here is this big drop. You know, it had a huge drop from all the way up here where it opened down to this 1225 level. So a big drop, you know. And then once it finally fades back down here and gets all the way back up to the VWAP, it has more momentum to head back down. And that's exactly what you see there. But bummed out I missed that one. There's a bunch of plays I missed today. And I got out with a small gain, but a little disappointed in myself, honestly. NBEV. Yeah, NBEV looked great. The only thing I didn't like it, the only reason I didn't like it was because it was more of a VWAP rejection. You know, like you could see it push up here. You know, it pushed up over the VWAP and then came back down and rejected underneath it. You know, and so rejections, VWAP rejections historically for me have had much less accuracy, had much worse accuracy, I should say. And so VWAP rejections, I don't like them as much as fades. Like a good fade, an example is ITUB here. Beautiful fade. Bearish trend, pull back to the VWAP. NBEV was a bullish trend, break under the VWAP, and then get rejected back down. But it rejected really, really nicely. Look at this beautiful rejection all the way down to the 650s. You know, it's shocking to me when some traders say that they don't like the VWAP or that the VWAP doesn't do anything or that it's not a good indicator. You can just look at these charts and tell the VWAP, you know, stocks get rejected off the VWAP and fade off the VWAP a ton. You know, like even today, IGC, NBEV, CRON a little bit, ITUB, SFIX, you know, like a lot of fades off the VWAP. And then even on the opposing side, stocks bounce off the VWAP all the time, you know. And so I think the VWAP, that's why it's my favorite indicator. The VWAP stands for Volume Weighted Average Price, Bo. The more important thing is that it's an indicator that, in my opinion, stocks follow. You know, like if you look at these stocks here, it's the purple line on my charts. A lot of times when the stock has a bearish trend and pulls back, it gets rejected off the VWAP. And so, you know, theoretically, with my strategy, if you enter around the VWAP going short, you know, set your next risk level. And then, you know, for instance, and it's good risk to reward is the real key with these setups is that if you get in here at 1240, you could set your risk at 1246, maybe 1250 if you want to be a little loose with it. And then you could set your reward at the low of the day. And so risk, reward. Your risk is bigger than your reward, and that's something you want to see in every trade. This one's not quite 2-to-1, I don't think, but it's almost 2-to-1, it looks like. Let's see, from 1225 to 1240 is 15-cent reward and then a 10-cent risk. And so, yeah, about 1.5 to 1 reward to risk ratio. But it's still good. It's still better than 1-to-1. And that's what you really want to look for. Tiny says, I'm going to stay away from trading today. I didn't do well with a couple of swings Monday and Tuesday. All right, guys. So like I said, we are going to be giving away. I know, man. I know, brother. Where is it? I didn't even see it. What's it doing? Yeah, man. There it goes. Hey, no stress. No stress. That's the biggest thing I need to work on, but it faded off the VWAP beautifully. Honestly, days like today build my confidence in the setup, though. In the VWAP fade setup, days like today really build my confidence up just because I'm starting to notice, and trading is a constant journey. You have to constantly be working on improving and evolving your trading, and that's what I'm working on doing, you know, and that's why when I come up with, you know, reasons and conditions like, you know, I thought of it the other day that for this setup to work really well, it has to have a big massive drop like this at the open. And regardless of whether I really took advantage of it or not, like I said, I was a little bit apprehensive because today's Wednesdays, and Wednesdays are like my kryptonite. I never do well on Wednesdays. But regardless, you know, I thought of this the other day, and it made perfect sense that if for the VWAP fade, the stock needs to drop a big amount at the open. It has to have a lot of red at the open, drop a substantial amount percentage-wise, because by the time it gets back up to the VWAP, it's going to be overextended from the move back up. And so it has more momentum to head back down, which is exactly what you're seeing now. And yeah, I missed a ton of profit, left a ton of profit on the table. But it's Wednesdays. Wednesdays are my kryptonite. I never do well on Wednesdays. And my trade idea was correct. And I feel like people can see that, you know, I kind of know what I'm talking about with the VWAP fade. You know, it's a setup I've been using a lot. And I've had really nice success with it. Kent. So Kent says, and this is an important thing to understand about the VWAP fade. Yeah, for sure. Cool. I wish I would have been more patient as well, brother. No stress, man. My trade idea was correct, regardless of whether I took advantage of it. My trade idea was correct, and that's the important thing. Right. This is what I want to say, though, Kent. So Kent says, I got in perfectly with the VWAP fade with IGC, but I held too long and it turned around on me. How do I figure out when to exit? So my basic goal with the VWAP fade, like if you look at IGC here, what I really try to do is I get into the trade and I take a partial around the low of the day. It doesn't necessarily have to be at the low of the day, but so for instance, if you get in here at 950 and you ride it down to the low of the day down here, you can take a partial here. And so that way you're up in the trade some. You know what I mean? You're already up some. Depending on how much profit you take, you're already profiting a decent amount from that trade, and you've already banked some profits. And so that way, if it does bounce back like IGC did here, you know, you're still good. You can get out for break even on the rest and still have a profitable trade. Where if you don't take a partial at the low of the day and it turns around on you, you know, it's going to turn into a losing trade. And so that's something I always try to do is I take a partial, if I'm using big enough sizing, I take a partial around the low of the day just to give myself that good risk to reward. Because that's usually where I set my reward level, is at the low of the day down here. And so if I'm not going to take a partial there, you know, that's not where my reward really is. So in order for the trade to have good risk to reward like IGC did, you got to take a partial at the low of the day. And I think that's one of the most important things to understand about the setup. Because if you take a partial at the low, when it rebounds like this, you're still good, man. You're still gold. You're still up in the trade. It's either a break-even trade or a small winning trade. And so I hope that makes sense, you know. Hey, nice, Darren. Nice work, brother. Nice work, man. Hey, appreciate it, Kent. Appreciate it. But yeah, like I said, guys, Mitch and I debuted our website yesterday, and we worked really hard on this. You know, and so if anybody's interested in, you know, learning more and taking our classes, you know, we tried to make our classes have huge value. If you look at our packages here, it's really $40 a month for 20 group sessions a month. Plus, it gives you access to our 24-hour trading Discord and our custom trade idea scanners. But the big bulk of the value is in these 20 group sessions per month. You know, we think that's huge value. You know, we're going to be doing 5 classes a week, usually around 7 p.m. But we can switch it around to fit your time frame if that's what you're worried about. So let us know and we'll try to work with you and fit your time frame. But yeah, 20 group classes a month for $40 a month. And so we really do think that's huge value. If you're a little bit more serious with your trading, you can go with our Pro package. And the Pro package is it's charged on a weekly basis, so it's $100 a week. But it includes everything in the basic package. So if you sign up for the Pro, even though you're going to get 3 private one-on-one sessions with us in that week, you're also going to get access to the 20 group mentoring sessions and everything else that comes with the basic. Plus, signing up with the Pro gives you the ability to call or text us for trading help anytime, even after the week ends, and also a few other things. And we're really limiting this to 10 signups per month, just because we want to give the Pro students and our basic students value. And we feel like if we went over 10 signups per month on the Pro, then we wouldn't have the time to really give our students value. And so that was the important thing with that. And, you know, like I said, we're going to be giving away one of these, one of the basic packages today, and I'll probably do that shortly. But yeah, if anybody's interested in checking out our site, it not only does it have this packages section if you're interested in getting a little bit more serious with your trading, but we do have a free strategy section that kind of explains the VWAP fade and all the other setups that we use in more detail. And you can see it really breaks it down when to enter, when we want to enter it, when we want to exit it, gives you the steps to look for the trade, analyzing the extension levels and a lot more with our YouTube videos included in this as well. And so it has a strategy section. We also have a strategy video library for stuff that doesn't really fit, whether it's a long or short pattern. But we worked really hard on this. We also have a broker review section. And so we went over TradeNet, or TEFs, SureTrader, and UStock Trade, but we're going to be adding more. And this is specifically no PDT brokers. So brokers that allow you to day trade with less than 25K is what we're including. But I'm also going to be adding Robinhood, Webull, and a few other ones. So we worked really hard on the site. We hope you guys can appreciate the free and paid content if you're interested. And so I'll go ahead and copy and paste the link here if anybody's interested in checking it out. VTVT. Whoa, I missed this one, honestly. I didn't even notice this one, but man, look at VTVT. Somebody called this one out in the chat. Hey, Dawson. Hey, brother, if you're hating, that's fine, brother. Hating is to be expected. I mean, honestly, if you think about it, though, we're actually putting everything out there for free on YouTube for the most part. You know, we're letting people watch us trade for free live on YouTube, and it includes a chat. And so other people are charging for a chat room. They're charging hundreds of dollars for that. We're giving it to you for free. Other people aren't even letting people watch them trade. We're giving you that for free. And so I don't really think anybody has any basis to complain. If you don't want to buy the package, don't. But, you know, like I said, we're going for, you know, giving people things for free. And if they want the option to learn more, they can take advantage of that. I mean, Adelie, to be honest, I'm more of a short bias trader anyway. And so, whatever. But I'm a short bias trader. You know what I mean? So VTVT's breaking out. It looks great. But like I said, I'm a short bias trader. And so I don't really... I look at breakout stocks, but I'm more looking at shorts, Yeah, exactly. Cool. A lot of people are charging thousands of dollars for what Mitch and I are putting out here for free. And so I think hating is going to be kind of, I think people are going to hate, and that's fine. But like I said, people are charging thousands of dollars for what Mitch and I are giving people for free right here on YouTube. And so people can hate. It's to be expected. I got to learn to just ignore it. We also have AMRN running up here if y'all are looking at breakout stocks. AMRN up to 1679. It has a really small range on the day, but it's still running up huge. It's up $1 on the day. We'll see what this one does. I mean, every time I look at AMRN, I'm more short biased with it, but it continues to run up. The short day was really the day before yesterday. Dude, you're not profitable yet. You can't teach anyone. Brother, man, like, I'm not even trying to claim to be an expert or anything like that. Mitch is really more profitable than I am. But the thing we're doing with these classes is we're working on trading and just trying to teach people, the setups and strategies that we know. Well, VTVT was halted at 6. It's down to 555. I know in the last 2 months, I'm averaging about 1 losing day a week. I know that, in the last few months. And so I've been profitable in the last few months, but look at VTVT, 535. Right, 100% alt universe. No, I'm not using SureTrader, Mark. But yeah, I mean, Jeremy, brother, like, I'm not trying to act like an expert or some guru or anything like that. We're just giving people an opportunity to learn more. And, like I said, the last 2 months, I'm averaging 1 losing day a week, and I'm streaming it live. So, like, while other gurus or people like that may want to pretend to be profitable, they're not actually showing you their trades. They're not actually showing you anything. They're cherry-picking their trades, posting their big gains, which are most of the time on paper accounts, and then, selling people $1,000 courses for it. And so Mitch and I are just trying to give people a cheaper route to do it. Bob, I don't use, right, exactly, Trevo. Like, regardless of whether I'm profitable or not, you can't pretend like the setups that we teach don't work. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm averaging 1 losing day a week in the last month. And I have some stuff to work on for sure, but like I said, I'm not trying to act like an expert or a guru or anything like that. I'm just trying to teach people, and Mitch is really more profitable than I am, and he's going to be teaching people too. And really, no, you're good, Jeremy. Like, listen, brother, I understand, man. I use TEFs, which gets around. I use TEFs, which gets around the PDT rule because it's CFD trading. But yeah, look at VTVT make this massive drop from 609 down to 5. And that's why it's always scary to get in some of these, because they get halted and they resume either much lower or much higher. And so the risk level is just crazy with these halted stocks. Alright, so look at SFIX, man. I should have held this one longer. Look at this big drop. My trade idea was 100% spot on with this one, though. VTVT. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm probably not going to touch VTVT. It's just too overcrowded at this point. The risk of getting halted again is pretty high, and you never know where it's going to open up. It's trying to get back up to that 609 level, though. Oh, TEFs here. I'll include the link. Wayne, hold on one second. Yeah, that's what it is here. There's the link. If anybody's interested in signing up, we do make a small commission from it, but it's one of the ways we help support the channel. And so if you're interested in signing up, you can go through our link. But even if you don't sign up, you can ask them, you can reach out to them through that link, and they'll do their best to help you. Oh, man. I'll be right back, guys. Right, for sure, insurance. I mean, listen, man, like, no offense, Jeremy, but I've been profitable in the last 2 months, brother. The big thing here is that I actually let people watch me trade. You know, like, I'm not hiding stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I let people watch me trade. All the other people that are trying to, you know, be a guru or an expert or anything like that, they're not actually letting you watch them trade. And if they are letting you watch, they're charging thousands. You know what I mean? Like, we're charging people $40 a month for 20 classes. And so regardless of whether you agree with it or not, I think that's pretty good value. You know, like, for instance, Mitch has had 14 profitable days out of 16 in the last half of a month. You know what I mean? And we're doing it live on stream. And so, you know, we're actually doing it. And so regardless of whether you agree with it or not, we're not trying to act like experts or gurus or anything like that. We're just giving people an option if they want to shorten their learning curve. And people can say whatever they want about me, but you can't say I'm a bad trader at this point, considering my accuracy rate. Like, you can see my graph, you know. Like, this is my graph from the last 90 days. It's down a little bit from here. It's probably down to about here. But, I mean, this is definitely a profitable graph. You know what I mean? Like, I have some tweaks I need to do with my trading, as does everybody. But, you know, to pretend like I'm not a good trader or I'm not good enough to teach somebody, I think is ridiculous, you know? The VWAP line, you get to it by going to studies. I think it is trend studies. Let me see. Yeah, it's trend studies. So you go to studies right here on Thinkorswim, and you go to trend studies, and you go down to VWAP. Is how you get it up. But once you do that, you do have to disable the high and low plots. Like, if I pull it up here, it will show the high and low. And so what I have to do to get that out of here is I go to edit and I take off the upper band and the lower band. But yeah, all I could really say, guys, you know, I'm not gonna keep, bringing up the haters. But if you don't want to buy it, don't, man. You know what I mean? Like, the truth is that Mitch and I are giving what other people call thousands, or what other people charge thousands for, out on YouTube for free. You know what I mean? And so we're letting people watch us trade for free. We're building up a decent chat room here for free. You know, we let you watch our trades, explain our strategies for free. And so if you don't want to buy one of the packages, don't. You know what I mean? But don't hate on it. You know, you can't, I mean, you could say whatever you want, but I think people can probably see I'm a good trader. And it takes time, you know. Appreciate it, James. Yeah, brother. I mean, I got to learn to ignore him. You know, the website's something that Mitch and I really worked hard on. All right, Jeremy. Have a good day, brother. But yeah, Mitch is not in a paper account, but have a good day, brother. Yeah, I gotta learn to just ignore the haters. Jeremy's been around here for a while, brother, but I mean, if he wants to hate and just kind of talk smack, then let him. That's fine. Right, 100% web surfer. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, regardless of whether you think Mitch and I are good traders or not, $40 a month for 20 group classes a month is huge value. And so people are going to talk smack because, I mean, I think, it's natural. It's kind of human nature to be a little bit insecure when you see other people doing stuff that you're not. And so I think it's kind of natural to be insecure because of that. And I think it really takes maturity just to let people do what they do and focus on yourself. And so I think that's kind of the problem. But right, 100%, John. We're just trying to teach the strategies, man. Like, that's all we do. The difference between Mitch and I, we're not trying to be gurus. We're just trying to make it worth our time to do it. But we're trying to give people free. We're trying to give people it for free regardless. You know what I mean? So regardless of whether you want to pay for the package or not, Mitch and I are giving it to people for free. We're giving people tons of information for free on YouTube, regardless of whether they pay for anything or not. And we're just trying to make it worth our while if we are spending extra time aside from the stream. But you don't even need to sign up. You can just watch the stream to see what we do and learn our strategies. Yeah, for sure. It's beginnertrading@gmail.com, Mihail. Hey, good to see Carmelia. I appreciate the free and learned a lot. 3 weeks green with all your help. Appreciate the support, Carmelia. Hey, appreciate it, guys. Appreciate it. Yeah, I gotta learn to ignore the haters. You know what I mean? Like, trading's my passion. In the grand scheme of things, I'm really not trying to act like an expert or a guru or anything like that. My goal, honestly, is just to be a successful trader. It's something I'm super passionate about. It's something I love doing, which people can probably tell by watching us. And it's something that I think Mitch and I are really getting pretty good at, identifying the setups. Like, so far this week, even though I'm using small sizing, I've had 2 green days and 1 break-even day. You know what I mean? And so I haven't had a losing day, at least in gross profits this week, And so I've had 2 green days, 1 losing day. In the last 2 months, like I said, I'm averaging about 1 losing day a week. And regardless of whether I execute the strategy perfectly or not, you know what I mean? I definitely think the strategy works. Yeah, appreciate it, Kathy. Give me a second. I'll get it for you. All right, so here's the link to TradeNet and TEFs. There's the TradeNet to TEFs link, and I'll find my video on how to get real live quotes on Thinkorswim. Give me a second, I could find it. Here it is. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to post the link to how to get real-time quotes on Thinkorswim as well. Yeah, I trade options sometimes, Orbit. I'm not as well versed in options as I am with everything else, though. Let me see. So yeah, at this point, the only option I'm holding is TRVG. I bought it about a month ago, but I trade options sometimes only on Robinhood. That's the only thing I really have done options on is Robinhood. Everything else I haven't really, looked it up yet. Or I haven't really learned it as well as the other stuff. So options, I fool around with options. It's something I'm still it's something I'm still learning about. I mostly stick to stock equities. That's what I do the best with. Hey, if you go through my link, I appreciate it, Kathy. So thank you, actually, But yeah, VT, I think it's overcrowded at this point. I'm probably not going to mess with it. To TEFs, Cow, I don't use the platform on TEFs. Let me see if I can figure it out. I'll try to figure it out. Leave me a comment. I'll try to figure it out and let you know in the comments, Cal. I'll do my best. All right, so yeah, we're giving away one free basic package. The first person to write the letter 1 or the number 1 in the chat gets a free month of the basic package. Just send me your email. You don't have to send it on here. You can email me at beginnertrading@gmail.com. All right, Abby, you want it. All right, Abby got it. Abby got it. And Adelie, I'll give you one too, even though I don't know if you were trying to write a 1 or not, but I'll give you one too if you want one. I'll probably try to give at least one away each market day, so check back tomorrow. We'll see if we'll give another one away tomorrow. And if you're a long-term member of this stream, email me and we'll talk about it, you know. Like, I'm not necessarily opposed, especially when we're getting started, to giving a few away. So if you're a long-term member of the stream and been here for a while, email me and we'll talk about it. Email me, Tiny. You too, Eric. Email me. I use Tefts. Robert is on the left side of the screen here. VTL. Yeah, don't remind me, Alex. I'm a little butthurt about it, man. Look at this beautiful fade. And see, this is the thing. Like, I'm really not trying to act like an expert or anything like that. I really am not. I'm not trying to act like a guru. But I think my trade idea and I think my ability to spot the fade is pretty on point. Because look at this. This is the trade I traded. And look at this huge drop. It would have been a huge winning trade. And that's the biggest hole in my game at this point, is holding the stocks long enough and having that, you know, patience to do it. I'm a little jealous of that, Alex. I wish I was holding 25 puts of SFIX. It all depends on where you bought it and where your strike price was, but it looks good at that point. But yeah, if anybody wants to learn the setups, we're getting a few people asking us about it. If anybody really wants to learn these setups, you can learn them at our website. Like, that's what Mitch and I, you know, the funny thing about people hating on us is that they ignore all the free content. You know what I mean? Like, in the website, even if you don't want to buy one of the packages or anything like that, you can go to the site and look at the short patterns, and it explains the patterns that we trade. You know what I mean? In pretty decent detail. The long section definitely needs some more content, but you guys know me. I'm more of a short trader anyway. But we try to give some good, valuable content. So if you want to learn the strategy that we use in the VWAP fade, you can go to the strategy section and look under shorts. Also, broker reviews. If anybody's interested in learning the brokers that I trade on Tefts, which is in this option. So there is a broker review section as well. And so, yeah, go check it out, guys. Broker fees are 0.006 cents per share, but there's a 150 minimum. So it's about $3 round trip for a round trip on Tefts. So $3 in and out. So $3 total. And that's if you're using less than 250 shares. If you're over 250 shares, it's 0.006 cents per share. Hey, appreciate it, Adelie. Yeah, I worked hard on it. I made the whole website myself. You know, I have a little bit of experience in web design, but it was definitely a learning experience to create the site. So I'm glad to see people like it. You know, I made it all by myself, didn't hire anybody. So really, really proud of my site, honestly. No, Tefs is not Thinkorswim. So I use Thinkorswim for charting. That's the right side. And then I use Tefs to trade on. I use WordPress, Abby. Yeah, I use WordPress. To edit the site, I used Elementor and a few other plugins as well. I don't really know how to code, and so I just had to download some plugins to get it working. And I think it looks good. Yeah, 100%, John. That's why Mitch, like I always say, Mitch is a better trader than me. And so regardless of whether you, think that we're good traders, I mean, you can't really hate on Mitch's stats. He's a better trader than I am. That's for sure. But I'm getting there. I'm working on it. All right, guys. So, yeah, Abby. So, since you won the free package, email me. And like I said, Adelie, if you want a package too, email me at beginnertrading@gmail.com, and we'll talk about it. Right, exactly. But yeah, I'm probably done for the day, guys. I'm going to take my small green day and leave. So haven't had a losing day, at least gross profits yet this week. And so I'll take it for sure. 2 profitable days, 1 break-even day on Monday. And we'll see if I can finish the week out strong. Hey, appreciate it, Quentin. Appreciate that, brother. Yeah, it kind of sucks, though, man. Jeremy's been in here for a long time, man. And it's kind of like, like, here's the thing. Like, Mitch and I, they have all these other people, and other people are charging thousands of dollars for courses, right? So regardless of whether you think I'm a profitable trader or whether you think I'm a good trader or not, you know what I mean? Then don't buy the package. But if you're going to be in the stream and take advantage of the free content that Mitch and I put out on a daily basis, you know what I mean? Don't come in here hating on it. And you could say you're not, but that's ultimately what you're doing. You know what I mean? And so it kind of sucks because Jeremy has been here a while, but it's kind of like, you take advantage of the free content, but anytime we try to charge for anything, people start hating on us. And so it's kind of like, whatever, like people can hate, that's fine. Like I said, I think it's human nature to be a little, not jealous, but just insecure if you see people doing things you're not. And so I think it's just kind of human nature. Yeah, 100%, Adelie. I need to move up that sizing. It's time. Like, I'm probably about to get a student account just so I can have a little bit more wiggle room, and I think that'll improve my trading. I think I definitely have the accuracy down, and I think I have the accuracy down, and I'm really able to spot the setup really well, I think, and come up with good trade ideas. I think Mitch is better at having the patience to hold to his levels, and so that's something that Mitch is kind of helping me work with and teaching me as well. Right, 100%, man. Like, it takes time and it takes work to put out all this stuff. So, people are going to hate, but whatever. Like I said, they take advantage of all the free content we put out. And then as soon as we, give people an option for a paid service, everybody starts losing their stuff. And so I think it's human nature, like I said. But I just got to learn to ignore it. I'm super excited about our site and about my trading in general. My trading, like you say, if you look at the graph, I think it's a pretty graph. I'm proud of my graph. It's probably maybe down to here at this point. But you can see once I really started getting the hang of trading, you can see the graph just push up. Because at this point, I was a break-even trader. And once everything kind of clicked, that's when you can see this graph push up. And I'm really proud of my graph just because it took so long to achieve profitability and consistency. Where did I host my site? I'll have to check. I used WordPress. I'm not sure the hosting company. Let me see if I can look it up. Yeah, so Thinkorswim does allow shorting, but you have to have a margin account, and so you have to request it and get approved for it from Thinkorswim. And so they do allow shorting, but you have to get approved for a margin account on Thinkorswim to be able to do it. So basically, I think you have to have over 2,000 in your account, but I'm not 100% sure, and so it's probably best to ask TD Ameritrade. All right, for sure, Tiny. Yeah, send me your email. But yeah, that's what Mitch and I try to do. That's what the goal was. You know, I don't really see anybody else live stream trading for free. You know, and that's why I think we get so many viewers here, is because people can actually watch us live. You know, like, we're not hiding anything. We're letting people watch us live. And that's bound to kind of shake things up and get some haters, and that's to be expected. Hey, appreciate it, insurance. Yeah, man, sizing up's the next step for sure. I think I'm going to need a student account to do that. And so that's the next step in my trading, is to get a student account. But appreciate the sub, Nick and Finn. Appreciate it, guys. Hey, appreciate it, Bo. Yeah, I mean, like I said, if you want to pay for one of our packages, that's fine. But even if you just watch our live streams, we do our best to help people regardless. You know, like, we try to put stuff out there for free. And we think people will respect that enough that if they do want to pay for their package or one of our packages, they can. But we're still keeping everything up there for free. We're letting people watch us trade for free, reviewing our strategies on stream for free on YouTube. And so I think that's, you know, that's our goal, is just to give people a community, you know. I'm not sure, Wayne. I don't think so. There's a delay on it. And so that might be, you know, one thing, is that there is a delay. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and close the stream down now. Good luck for the rest of the day, guys. Like I said, 2 profitable days this week, 1 break-even day. So I was down a little bit on that break-even day in gross profits, but I made it back in today and yesterday. So happy with that. Happy with this week thus far. We'll see if I can finish the week out strong. Definitely built my confidence up a little bit more. VTVT. Yeah, man, I'm not touching it. It just looks overcrowded, honestly. Okay, yeah, Abby just posted it, Mihail. But I'll see you guys later. Have a good day. Good luck for the rest of the day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow at the same time as always at 8:40 market time. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We day trade live on stream right here on YouTube for free every weekday morning, and so if you're interested in seeing that, you know, hit that subscribe button. Also, if you want to help support the channel, click the like button right now in this video. We really appreciate the support, so if you can click the like button, it does help support us, and we definitely appreciate that. And yeah, like I said, appreciate all the support, guys. Good luck for the rest of the day, and I'll see you all later. Have a good day, guys.